Yo brawlers, this is your man, Glass Chin, and you're watching Glass Chin's Boxing. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So, some disappointing news brawlers. Gerard Big Baby Anderson is injured and won't be fighting on the Fury vs White undercard on the 13th of April at Wembley Stadium. If you watched my video last week, you will know that I was excited about watching Anderson live in the UK and wanted to see him put on a big statement against Christian Hammer. Anderson is a future world champion in my opinion. So hopefully we get the opportunity to see him fight on these shores in the future. Anderson getting injured has left a hole in Tyson Fury's training camp, with Anderson being Fury's main sparring partner. Well, Big Baby out, Big Baby in. Jarell Big Baby Miller is taking his place. Miller's ban for twice failing for PEDs is up and he is free to apply for a boxing licence again. Miller last fought over 3 years ago with his 4th round knockout win over Bogdan Dinu. Miller blew his ticket to the big time, popping for PEDs twice when he was signed to fight for the Unified World Championship against Anthony Joshua. He threw his meal ticket down the drain, kissing goodbye to his $5 million payday. Miller protested his innocence all the way, but was given a 6-month ban. After serving the ban, Miller was scheduled to fight Jerry Forrest in 2020, when Miller popped for multiple PEDs a second time, getting banned for a further 2 years. Was Miller innocent? Hell no. Failing for a single PED can happen by error. In the case of White and UKAD accepted that a contamination event had occurred for his failed test before the Oscar Rivas fight, which was the reason for White having trace amounts in his system. I don't understand why the B sample wasn't released, but you have to give White the benefit of the doubt. But when a fighter fails twice for multiple PEDs in their system, but tries to claim they are clean, you have to call bullshit on that. Should Miller be allowed to fight again? In my honest opinion, I don't know. They seem to just make up the bans as they are going along. Canelo had a 6-month ban for his failed test for the Triple G rematch, but Canelo was only fighting twice a year at that time anyway, so what was the point in only banning him for 6 months? The ban really had no effect on Canelo's career whatsoever, and in fact probably aided in him winning the Triple G rematch, just letting Triple G age that a little bit more. While British fighter Liam Cameron got a 4-year ban in 2018 for using a small quantity of cocaine, which he claims was down to handling contaminated money. Not only did the British Boxing Board of Control give Cameron such a harsh 4-year ban, when he said he was planning on working as a sparring partner to stay fit and keep his weight down, hoping to make a comeback when his ban was up, the British Boxing Board of Control sent him a letter threatening to put an 8-year extension on the 4-year ban, effectively ending his career. There really is no consistency across the board. Tyson Fury himself was using cocaine when his life went off the rails in 2016. Fury was drinking, doing drugs and partying hard, yet the British Boxing Board of Control only gave him a 2-year backdated ban and allowed him to return to the ring. Yet Cameron got a 4-year ban for trace amounts. That is such a harsh punishment to me. I don't know how the board can justify some of their decisions. Look at the Taylor vs Jack Catterall fight. The scorecards were all wrong. All 3 judges got it wrong. Even the judge who scored the fight to Catterall got it wrong. But Ian John Lewis was the only judge punished and lost his A-star referee status. Yet the decision wasn't overturned in favour of Catterall or even made a no contest. In the history books, Taylor won. We all know he didn't win that fight. We all know that Catterall should be the undefeated and undisputed world champion. Yet nothing has changed with regards to the outcome. So how can they single out and punish one referee when all 3 referees were incompetent that night? So who am I to say if Miller should be allowed to return to boxing with no clear rules on these matters? Boxing needs to be cleaned up right across the sport. Miller is 33 years old now. The former kickboxer has a record of 23 wins, 0 losses and 1 draw with 20 knockouts. I think he's a good addition to Fury's camp depending on how ring rusty he is. He has a come forward pressure style and has very fast hands for a man who has fought at over 300 pounds during his career. He's a rough and tumble fighter and could mimic White's schoolhouse tactics very well. With only 3 weeks to go until the fight though, I'm not sure how many sparring sessions Fury will have left, but Miller must have been getting a decent bit of money to be travelling across the pond at late notice. My guess is he'll be linking back up with Bob Arum and Top Rank, Fury's co-promoters along with Queensberry, which opens up the doors for some big fights for Miller in the near future. Miller could fight Gerard Anderson for the right to use the Big Baby name. If Daniel Dubois wins the WBA regular title against Trevor Bryan, once the legal problems with Don King are sorted out, that's a fight people would moan about, but I guarantee people would tune in. Even a fight with the juggernaut Joe Joyce is possible. Who wouldn't want to see that one down the road? Miller was on a decent run of wins prior to the Joshua fight, with wins over 3 ex-world title contenders in Gerald Washington, Maris Wack and Johann Duhaupas. He beat ex-two-time world champion Thomas Adamek and knocked out late replacement for Bryden Jennings, Bogdan Dinu, ending his 18-0 undefeated record. So although he didn't have any huge scalps on his record, he was on a decent run of wins and was live in the Joshua fight, had it have happened. Miller has a big mouth, and it's a crime that the gloves are off episode with Miller and Joshua was never released. What do you think, Brawlers? Is Miller a good addition to Fury's preparations for the Dillian Whyte fight? Do you want to see Miller return, or do you think he should have gotten a lifetime ban? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and as always, Brawlers, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.